Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 17 of my 31 favorite rock and pop albums of the 70s countdown, which, of course, we've been doing each and every day here in the month of August 2023, 31 days in a month. We're picking out together our 31 favorite general rock and pop albums, right? These are not the hard rock and metal albums. We already did that, although some of these albums that I'm going to pick will rock quite a bit. Not progressive rock albums, not the southern rock albums, right? We've done all that. So any of those albums, bands, artists that could kind of be categorized there, or I've picked in any of those. We're not picking those. These are just like general rock and pop, right? A lot of good ones. A lot of great ones, actually. I have decided to only do one album by any band or artist. We've got a wide playing field here. And today, for pick number 17, it's the fifth studio album from this English artist, released June 16th, 1972, recorded at Trident Studios in London, England, for RCA Records, produced by Ken Scott and David Bowie. Yes, I'm talking about Ziggy Stardust, the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, otherwise known as Ziggy Stardust, because Ziggy played guitar. That's right. A seminal album. It's, when it comes to David Bowie, I generally have never had a perennial favorite album from him. It's generally either been Ziggy, or it's been The Man Who Sold the World, or Aladdin Sane. Sometimes I'm kind of really down with Hunky Dory, which came between Man Who Sold the World and Ziggy. Generally, it is one of those albums that usually comes up as my favorite. I often change. I really like the heaviness of The Man Who Sold the World. The eclecticism of Aladdin Sane is undeniable. But man, this is the classic album. And of late, when I listen to David Bowie, I've been pulling this one out. So this is, of course, the height of the glam era, right? Because you had, it kind of started a little bit with The Man Who Sold the World, but that's a pretty heavy album, pretty rockin' album, and then that was dialed back a little bit for Hunky Dory, but then with, Ziggy and with Aladdin Sane and the pinups, all of a sudden David's changing his look. This is the height of the glam era, right? Because, David's always, throughout his career, always kind of gone through changes, right? He's always doing something different, the musical chameleon that he is. It's so many different eras, so many cool styles of music. I mean, this guy was always reinventing himself. And, of course, along for the ride here on this album, we got David Bowie on lead vocals, acoustic guitar and sax. You got Mick Ronson, electric guitar, backing vocals, piano, Trevor Bolder, bass guitar, Woody Woodmansey on drums. God, is Woody even still with us? Or all these guys gone from this album? It's crazy when you think about it, right? Rick Wakeman plays some harpsichord. Uncredited, of course. Dana Gillespie, backing vocals. Uncredited, both of them on In Ain't Easy. So what do we got on this album? Got some iconic stuff on this album. This is filled with iconic songs, hits, and some great deep tracks. 5 years. Awesome. Love the chorus. Love the vocals of this album. This album does rock quite a bit, but man, it's just got that just kind of... It's from an era, right? I mean, it's like you listen to this album and it's from the early 70s, and it's like this whole British kind of glam thing. It's just everything about it, the guitar tones, the vocal style, the quirkiness of it all, right? 5 years is great. Soul Love follows that. Really, really cool song. Of course, then you got Moon Age Daydream. Mick Ronson's riffing, right? Awesome song. Love that chorus. How cool is that chorus? And then, of course, Starman. Ugh. That vocal melody. Such a haunting, great, great song. And then, of course, It Ain't Easy, right? Another great chorus. The choruses on this album are just so memorable. Side 1 is killer. Then on side 2, you got Lady Stardust, right? Followed by Star. How cool is Star? Hang On to Yourself. Awesome. The title track, Ziggy Stardust. It's funny. Mick Ronson, when you listen to his guitar work, it's not like he's a guy who's blowing you over with these virtuoso solos or anything like that, but man, his guitar playing, his riffs, the little fills and things just have such attitude, right? And I always really kind of dug his tone, but like nothing he ever did was like overly flashy or anything like that, but there's just something about him so unique sounding. He doesn't sound like anybody else. Ziggy Stardust, great. Suffragette City, awesome. right? Good kind of fast tempo, almost kind of like glam meets boogie. And then, of course, the haunting rock and roll suicide. A lot of great tracks. It's every time I talk to someone about this album, there's always talk about a favorite track or two, right? It's like, well, yeah, the hits are great. Everybody loves Moon Age Daydream and Ziggy and Suffragette City, but then, people always seem to pinpoint one or more of these other deep cuts on this album, which testament to the strength of the album, right? Just such a good one, such a good one. So, all right, let's take a look at the charts, right? In Finland. Hold on. I got some funky stuff going on here. All right, so Finland, number 6. UK, number 5. Canada, number 59. Italy, Sal, number 21. Not quite top. In Spain, number 2. What else? Why am I not getting... Really weird on this one here, because it's for some reason I'm not getting like the rest of the world, because then it only gives a handful from the year that it came out, and then it shoots up to 1990. And I know because it says here that it made U.S. Billboard number 75. I have a hard time thinking that this only peaked at 75. Maybe that is true. I don't know. Maybe it's true. Certifications: Denmark, gold, 10,000 units sold. Italy, platinum, 50,000 units sold. UK, double platinum, 1.5 million copies sold. And in the US, gold, 500,000 units sold. See, that seems low to me. It's very rare that an album like this the sales in the UK will be that much more than in the US. Or maybe it's just the fact that this was kind of the start of the Bowie legacy really here in the States, and it was the ones that came after that really sold much better. I'll have to take a look at that, because I'm actually quite surprised. I figured this would have been much higher here in the States, and that we would have more charting and certification in other parts of the world, but apparently that's not the case. But if you look at all the various reissues, this starting in like 1990 and 2002, 2016, 2022, this constantly pops back up in the charts because, of course, they've reissued it so many times and whatnot. So, yeah, but it's a classic for a reason, right? Ziggy Stardust from David Bowie. Let us know what you think of this album down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, day 17. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page. I've also got a Cameo account, so if you want to get a personalized birthday or greeting or whatever it is you want to ask me to say to you, can do that via Cameo now, so that link is here too as well. Or if you go to Cameo, you can just search for Pete Pardo. You'll find me pretty easily. So thanks everybody in advance. We'll see you tomorrow for pick number 17, and more stuff coming, of course, on the channel. We got tomorrow is What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility Day. Should have a whole bunch of new album releases for you, reviews. So that's coming tomorrow. We got Thursday as the Monsters Den. By popular demand, we are doing a show where all of us horror, sci-fi, fantasy lovers, experts, right? That's what we normally talk about in the Monsters Den. We have been asked to do a show where we talk about our non-genre favorite films. So not all that other stuff. What are our favorite, like comedies, action, drama, documentary, that sort of thing, whatever. It's something that's not like horror, fantasy, sci-fi related. So, and believe it or not, most of us do have lots of other type of films that we like to watch. So we're going to be talking to each about our 5 favorite non-horror and genre films that we really, really love quite a bit. So that's coming up on Thursday. Friday, of course, at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. And then we've got, over the weekend, ranking the albums. Jamie Laszlo and myself will be ranking the catalog of Monster Magnet, so stay tuned for that and lots more here on SOT. We also got Phil Aston is joining me this week as well. We will be doing the second installment of songs that define a guitar player. So I have picked out the 10 guitars for this particular episode, so we will be each giving our the song that we feel best defines that guitar player and their style and their arranging and writing style and that sort of thing, right? So that's coming up this week as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned. Till then, I'm Pete Pardo. Have a good one. Bye-bye.